Basically, this takes place, at the famous house in in Cloverland, Indiana. If any of you even know where that is, if you want a good reference, it's just down the road from 100 Steps Cemetery, which is very famous as far as haunted cemeteries. But anyway, all right, so I'm probably 11 years old, I would imagine, or something like that. Maybe 12, I can't remember. But it was around the time the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings came out. And I had the second DVD, or the second part of the story or trilogy. And that's not important. What's important, I was getting ready to watch it in my room on one side of the house. And, you know, very distinct very distinctively, I heard my name by my mother yell out my name, Matthew. You know, you probably had that plenty of times as a kid. Your parent calling out your name, and you don't like it for whatever reason because you're a little shit. I definitely was a little shit. But anyway, I hear that just once, and I go, "What? What?" And I go out of my room and I keep on going, "What? What? What?" Kind of like being a little jerk. I get to the living room. There's nobody there. So instantly I go to the front door. I look outside, open the door. Nobody there. Not, no, not my mom, not her car, not my sister, which sometimes sounds like my mom. No one was there at the house. And yeah, it was really disturbing. And I don't know what that was. To this day, it really freaks me out that something could mimic the voice of my mom, which is something intimate to me, because it's my mom. But yeah, that's my mimic story, I guess you could say. Um, this other story, oh gosh, let me remember it. Uh, kind of on the spot now. Uh, this one, we need a little bit of backstory, but it's really interesting. Basically, one night, me and the same friend from the story earlier, but a different time, different year, went out in the same car, same people, but less people this time. It was just two of us. And it was extremely foggy out this night. And that's kind of why we went out there to Spooklight Hill. And my God, I'm surprised we made it through that thing without dying because it was so badly foggy out. And we get to the spot and do our thing. We're dumb. We didn't think about this, that you couldn't see up to the hill with all that fog. So we're just like, out there anyway, trying to scare ourselves, I guess. And my friend swears he saw a figure at the back of the car when he was looking, on his rear view mirror. And I didn't see it. So I kind of calmed him down and said, no, there's no way there's someone out here. We looked and everything. And then it's really weird. We both look over to this section in the road where we're at and out of the fog, and it looks like, sort of like a hidden drive, I guess you could say. But he says he sees something, and I saw something as well. But I had the really good idea, and I was like, don't tell me what you saw. We'll come back to, civilization once we're done here, and we'll call it a night. But tonight, before we both go to sleep, we'll sketch what we saw, right? So I go to his house the very next day with what I sketched and what he sketched, and it was identical, guys. It was like the shoulders and the head of a silhouette in basically a cloak or a hood. And we had no idea. We had no way of telling each other what we saw. So yeah, I don't know. We saw a cloaked figure out in the fog out there, which is really bizarre. I don't know what to make of that, but yeah. Anyway, this is getting kind of long now. I'll let Indy tell his two stories here.
So, not too long ago, like last year, I had my mother had to download this app that records you as you sleep. It records the sounds. And only it starts recording whenever there's talking, snoring, or the sounds of pets, like a meow or a bark. Uh, it's like 3 in the morning, and the next morning she sends me a recording from 3 in the morning. My Because she didn't know what it was, who or what it was. But you can hear in the recording her say in her sleep, "I can't find it," and a voice that sounds like my brother says, "Just look." At 3 in the morning, my brother is at work on a weekday from 10 to 3 in the morning. So I to this day have no clue who it was. But it sounds to me like a spirit mimicking my brother because it sounds exactly like him. Yet he wasn't home. He was at work till 6 in the morning. And about 2016, my parents and I went out to watch a fireworks show. We sit there with the camera, a really good one, recording the show, and we see a light, a white light, flying away from all the fireworks. We followed it with the camera. You could see it in view, recording it the entire time. We have no clue what it was, but when we got home and looked through the recording again, the light disappeared on the recording. All you see is the black sky behind it, even though you can tell the camera is being moved to follow something that's just not there on their camera now. That those are the only two other bizarre stories that I can remember off the top of my head.